Hi, I'm Steph, a member of the examinations team at NOCN. Many thanks for finding time to watch this video. This video is going to cover the online assessment platform Civica and how this is used by learners. I hope that this session will increase your confidence in using the assessment platform and in turn will enable you to provide support to learners using the platform for their exams. In preparation for any learners taking a test, they are required to check the system requirements ahead of their test date and time. This ensures that there is sufficient time to resolve any issues prior to the test being taken. The learner would do this by clicking the Check System Requirements button on the learner login page. Please note it's really important that this check is performed on the system that the test is being taken on, as this will determine whether the minimum system requirements have been met. Prior to taking an examination, the learner must ensure that they know their login details. The invigilator should be able to confirm these if they don't. The candidate username is their NOCN ID number and their password is the 6-digit date of birth. For example, the 2nd of March 1975 would be 020375. A learner can access any practice tests or live tests that have been assigned to them by logging on to the online assessment platform. They will be greeted by this screen once they have logged on and they must tick the box to confirm their identity. They will then be able to select practice tests, live tests or feedback and results. Live tests will only be visible if they have been scheduled and unlocked by the centre. The learner can access any practice tests available by clicking on practice tests once they have logged in. They will then click on the practice test that they are wanting to access and they will be diverted to a page outlining the test instructions. To begin the test, they must click Start Test. A learner can access any live tests that have been scheduled and unlocked by the centre. They should go to Live Tests once they have logged in and should then click on the test that they are wanting to access. They will then be diverted to a page outlining the test instructions and to begin the test they must click Start Test. This is what the assessment platform looks like for a learner during a test. Number 1 is the name of the knowledge test that is being taken. Number 2 is a timer counting down how long remains of the test. Number 3 is the navigation buttons, which enables the learner to move between questions either by clicking the Next or Previous button. Number 4 is a flag button, which will allow the learner to flag a question that they might want to come back to. They should press the flag button once for the question to be flagged, and then if they're wanting to unflag the question, they must press it a second time for the question to be unflagged. Number 5 is relevant for observe, record and review examinations, and this is a live webcam image of the learner. Number 6 is the assessment information summary bar. I'm going to go into this in more detail, but it gives the learner the ability to see a summary of all of their questions. They would click the bar for it to expand, and they would click it again for it to retract. Number 7 at the bottom is the progress bar, which highlights any questions that have been answered and underlines the question that the learner is currently on. Once the assessment information summary bar has been expanded, it will appear as it shows on screen now. This provides the learner with information about all of their questions and outlines which ones have been answered, unanswered and flagged. The learner is able to click into any of the areas and it will show them which question numbers are specifically related to that particular area. Once all of the questions have been answered, the learner needs to click Finish in the top right-hand corner of their screen. The learner will then be provided with a summary of their questions and it will outline how many have been unanswered, answered and flagged. Here they can either return to the assessment to check answers that they have given and make any final amendments, or they can click Finish Assessment to submit their results. Once the test is submitted, the live test will disappear from the live examination section of Civica. If a learner runs out of time during an examination, then the work that they have done up to that point will automatically be submitted and they will get the notification that you can see on screen here. If a learner closes their browser at any stage during their test, then their test can be recovered. The learner would need to log back into the Civica platform and access the same test in the live examinations area. Once the test that is being recovered has been clicked onto, then a reason for recovery will need to be entered by the learner and they will need to click on the Continue button. For any multiple choice practice test, then the learner will be able to see the result once they have submitted their answers. If the learner wants to see a breakdown of the areas that they were unsuccessful in, then they can click on the View Your Feedback Here link. Please note that this functionality is only available for practice tests. Accessing feedback and results will allow the learner to see a history of the test that they have taken. The learner can click on the title where any tests have a link. For example, working in a high-risk confined spaces sample paper test. Any that have a result of not available means that the learner will have to refer to the centre for more information. If during a test the connection to the internet is lost, then the learner is still able to complete the test. Once they've completed all of the questions and have selected Finish and Finish Assessment, then they will get the image that you can see, number 1, on screen now. If there is no connection, then the learner will need to click Download My Assessment, and this will automatically download their test attempt file. This can then be submitted to NOCN and be uploaded by us. The status of the learner will show as recovery available until the file has been uploaded by NOCN. If the assessment is not downloaded and the learner attempts to close the browser, then they will get the image that you can see on the right-hand side of the screen here, image 2. Clicking cancel will then take them back to the initial image and will ask for them to download the assessment file. If this is not done and the window is closed, then the learner will be able to leave the assessment platform, and this will mean that the file has not downloaded. Please note that if an internet connection is reconnected at any point whilst the test is in progress, then the above screens will not appear and the test will just automatically sync and be submitted.